This session of Diagram Dazzles brings you one of the intricate diagrams, that is the male reproductive system of cockroach. The reproductive system consists of the primary sex organ, that is testis, which produces the sperms. The sperms are carried by looped ducts called as vas deferens, and they are nourished by accessory glands called as phallic gland, the mushroom shaped gland, which is comprising of long and short tubules. The seminal vesicle stores them as sperm bundles, which are finally discharged through the ejaculatory duct. Male gonopore is surrounded by gonapophyses comprising of right phallomere, ventral phallomere and the left phallomere, which are chitinous plates that help in copulation. Also add caudal style and the anal surface. To start with the tricks, draw an outline comprising of two concentric ellipses and then a small semicircle at the top. As you can see, two overlaid ellipses and then a small semicircle at the top. Add on two small tail-like lines beneath and then two hand-like structures of vertical lines. Develop association. When you look at the diagram, at the center, the highlighted mushroom gland and the testis appears like the aster flower with two pepper corn bunches. So use this as an association, and finally do the detailing with all the labels. To start the drawing, let us begin with the outline. Two concentric ellipse and a small semicircle at the top, two vertical lines and then two lines below. Draw this outline very light and then start with the center, that is the inner ellipse. Start drawing small circles to cover the entire area. So this zoom in will show you will have to draw the circles inside this entire area. This one which we drew, they represent the small tubules of the mushroom shaped gland. Now let us draw the long tubules. The long tubules have to be drawn in palisade layers, little elongated on the either side of the central small tubule. So here we draw it on the upper side and then we draw it on the lower side. Now you can see the aster flower coming into picture. So the central tubule should be appearing like the center of the aster flower, which is yellow, and the palisade layers of long tubules what we draw, they appear like petals. So keeping this in mind, draw the second layer and draw them very neatly around, and also draw the third layer surrounding the second layer similarly. Once you are done, you can see a series of layers appearing. So then continue likewise. Now we draw the outermost layer of tubules, which represent the important gland, that is the seminal vesicles. These lie on the ventral side of the mushroom glands. So this is in zoom in, so you can see the flower like arrangement. Next, let us start with the ducts. The ducts for the accessory gland as well as the mushroom shaped gland. First, let us start with the phallic gland duct, which is to be drawn conical in nature. Show the opening of the duct and then the ejaculatory duct continuing from the mushroom shaped gland. So for the phallic gland, draw the dome shaped outline using the semicircle and also shade it. Next, after this, we'll go ahead with the vas deferens. To start with the vas deferens, draw discontinuous double lines on the outline which I've already drawn. So importantly, they should be discontinuous, and these discontinuous lines should be joined with loops like this. So here, do it for the either sides. The loops have to be further filled with a small eye-like structure. So that was a little zoom in to show you how the filling has to be done with eye-like structure. So do it on the either side, that is the left vas deferens and the right vas deferens. With this, we go to the vital sex organ, that is nothing but the testis. Testis has to be drawn in 3 rows of circlets. So you can see it here, following which you will have to draw it in a slanted manner with 2 rows of circlets. So repeat this as it is indicated. First 3 rows and then 2 rows. Yes, so once you continue this, go ahead with the next slot. When you draw it slanted, now slanted towards the left side. So it gives a nice spiral appearance for the arrangement of the follicles. You can keep it simple as well if you find this drawing of the testes in a spiral manner difficult, but keep them as 3 rows of follicles. So here it's a zoom in as to how it would appear. Yes, so similarly draw the testes on the other side in the same fashion. Once this is done, we draw something that the students found difficult. That is nothing but the gonapophysis. Draw an outline and you will know it is just a joker's job to do it. Yes. So associate here also with the pant of the joker. The first one, which is the left phallomere, looks like that of the pant of the joker. For this you will have to draw a cross, a egg-shaped structure, but in this pattern, and modify it into the two halves of the pant. The first one is here and the second one on the right side. And also draw the shoes across, the first shoe pointed, the second one circular. So this one you will have to draw across the duct of the phallic gland. So first the cross, then the left side and the right side of the pant, and of course, okay, draw the shoes for them. A pointed one towards the left and a circular one towards the right, which in fact represents the pseudo penis. Yes. After this comes the next one, which is represented by a slanted tooth. It is like drawing of the slanted tooth. So draw it on the dotted line surrounding the opening of the phallic gland. So also remember to point and shade its tips as it is shown in this zone. The third phallomere looks like a half-eaten banana or whatever you can remember. So this has to be drawn around the ejaculatory duct. So it's rather easy. Draw it around the ejaculatory duct and also gently shade it. So this is nothing but the right phallomere. So we are done with the left and the right phallomere. After that, the last one is a ventral phallomere. The ventral phallomere has to be drawn like a slanted 8, and one half of the 8 obviously divided into 2. So draw it like a 8 across the dotted line, and then as I said, one half divide into 2. So this is the last phallomere. It is also associated with a small tubular structure which you will have to draw it on the top. So draw this small tubular structure on the ventral phallomere. So these three phallomeres, the left phallomere, right phallomere and the ventral phallomere, collectively form the gonapophysis. Yes. Next we go to the other structures which surrounds the anal opening. So the first one we are going to draw is the anal circus. Draw it like small pointed horn-like structures on the either side. Horn-like structures with small parallel lines. So this one we are drawing it on the left side, and similarly space it and then draw it on the right side. So this is the anal circus. The last one of course is the caudal style. The caudal style is a specific apparatus which is found only in the male cockroach. So draw it like a small comma and of course show the small amount of fimbriae on it. Next one, complete the diagram with a dotted line. This is for the outline of the body of the cockroach showing the segments. So draw it on the either sides. Finally, all parts of the cockroach, the male cockroach reproductive system is complete. Now it is time to label them. Testes, the phallic gland, the long tubules and the short tubules of the mushroom shaped gland. Also the seminal vesicles, the vas deferens, the ejaculatory duct, the right phallomere, ventral phallomere and the left phallomere together forming the gonapophysis. Yes, do not forget to label the caudal style and then the anal circus. With this we complete importantly the entire diagram. Try it, it's not difficult. Remember the associations and say voila, you drew it.